The odds to win the NFL MVP in the 2026-27 season are out. And once again, as if we don't have enough evidence of the disappointment of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen does find himself his favorite. Now, I get it. He did win MVP a couple of years ago. It was a handout pity MVP. Lamar Jackson was better in literally every single statistical category. And if I'm not mistaken, they beat them that year, if I'm remembering that correctly. Lamar Jackson should have won MVP. They gave it to Josh because there was voter fatigue, whatever. Josh Allen, this is according to FanDuel Sportsbook, finds himself at plus 600 to win the MVP. The other man I was just talking about, Lamar Jackson, just behind him at plus 750. Drake Maye just missed out on the award this year, is at plus 850. And then you get a little hodgepodge mix of guys. You got Burrow at plus 1,000. Herbert and Mahomes at plus 1,100. Mahomes is trended down at some sports books, potentially indicating he'll be back from his injury. Dak is 13-1, and then it's the reigning MVP Stafford at 14-1, and then you got Trevor Lawrence at 15-1. Jordan Love at 15-1. Caleb Williams at 18-1. Purdy at plus 2,000. Jayden Daniels at plus 2,000, and then it kind of falls off from there. You're muted.
I would say on this list that Josh and Lamar are concerning to me in the sense of like shortest odds, like definitely talented, but Lamar can't stay healthy right now. Josh is just, new coach. It's going to be, I know same offense, but those two kind of scare me. Drake Maye is not going to be an MVP next year. No chance. Forget about it with the schedule. Joe Burrow probably makes the most sense to me at 10-1, potentially a Justin Herbert too, because everybody glazes Justin Herbert. And if the offensive line's healthy, that's going to make a difference. So I would be looking like Burrow, Herbert, Prescott.
Guys, if you are enjoying the video, make sure that you do hit the like and subscribe buttons as well. Yeah, Herbert makes sense here because it feels like his time is coming. Burrow, I'm with you. Burrow shows up every year. It's just a matter of, is he actually going to play the whole year? Because the guy seems to be made of glass. And also he looks depressed and like he wants to retire and move to a remote desert island. So hopefully his front office can help him out, get him some defensive support, offensive line support this offseason. I'm with you. Allen's not winning it. Lamar's not winning it. Mahomes, if Mahomes plays well, just like if he plays very well, if there's a world in which a tiebreaker is needed, he'll probably get it coming back from the injury. But I also don't expect him to be at that level. So I do definitely think there is a lot of value on some of these other guys. I'll be honest, Dak Prescott at 13-1. Dak has always been a gunslinger his entire career, and we saw what he did with CD and George Pickens last year. Wouldn't shock me if he had a great year. Caleb has the upside. He's just got so many of these. He's got random moments of inaccuracy and head-scratching turnovers. He cuts those out. He could be up there. Jayden Daniels at 20-1. I think there's good value there. Bo Nix at 35-1 if they actually open up the offense at all. Sam Darnold at 27-1. What's better than following up your Super Bowl with an MVP sort of season? There's a lot of guys on here who I could see. Jaxson Dart at 55-1. Imagine if the Giants draft Carnell Tate. So he's got Malik Neighbors on one side, Carnell Tate on the other. Maybe they rebuild the offensive line free agency with Scadaboo behind him. Like there's a lot of guys on here who it could happen for.
The biggest issue with this award, though, it's like you need to win football games. Like that's number one. Like you can put up all the stats in the world. If Burrow has the best passing stats in the NFL and they're 9-8, like he's probably not going to win the award. I think the same goes for the Giants. Like how good are the Giants really going to be next year? They're going to be good. They're going to be better, but are they going to be a playoff team? Like I think Giants to make the playoffs is going to be a trendy pick, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't hate Jared Goff 40-1. Baker Mayfield 45-1. Don't hate it. Easy division. Never know. He was in that race early and he just fell apart. But like consistency is key. And the quarterbacks who are the most consistent on this list, it's not Josh. It's probably Lamar more than Josh. Definitely. Burrow is consistent. Mahomes consistent. Dak's relatively consistent, except big games. Stafford's consistent. I think too, like also another thing, when comeback player of the year opens, what do you think Mahomes is going to be? -500.
Ooh, Ooh, yeah, got something crazy, minus 1,000, something like that. If they think he's actually going to play football this year, then he's going to be a huge favorite.
Now, the problem is with the Mahomes bet, like he might not even play that. He's probably going to play, but he may not even play this year.
And if he, I'm a Commanders fan. You see the stuff behind me. So Sam Cosmi, the guard, came back after 2 months. If Mahomes is in that situation, I don't think they're bringing him back.
There's no reason to. It's a long process, but I'm excited for it. Mahomes is eyeing week 1 of the 26th season as he works through rehab. Of course, he's eyeing it,
Right.
but is it realistic?
And again, if he's cleared 2 months into the season, would the Chiefs say, "Yeah, we'll bring him back now," or would they say, "Forget about it, dude. Just get healthy and get ready for 27"?
If you're in a playoff run, I think you bring him back, no question.
If you're in a playoff run, so if they're like 3-5 and they think there's a chance they could go on a run with him, they bring him
Yeah,
back.
3-5, I think is okay. If you're 1-6, maybe not, but 3-5 is okay. Again, he'll probably be back week 1. Like I don't, as unrealistic as it is, you look at how these like star athletes are able to come back after these major injuries, and like they're usually pretty fine. Like look at like Tatum may be back this year too. Like that's crazy.
Wild.
That's wild. I think
Damian Lillard competing in the 3-point shootout with a torn Achilles, hasn't played all year.
yeah, that shows where you're at with NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
But no, I think if you're Patrick Mahomes too, not saying he's getting old, but you're getting up to an age where every season does matter. Like Brady missed the season. Remember, he tore his ACL.
Yep.
So I think if you're the Chiefs, you probably shouldn't have Mahomes play if he's not fully ready to go. But he probably will be fully ready at some point next season. So it could be worth getting him back for week 1, especially the way he plays too. He's so shifty in the pocket. Like, he doesn't take a ton of hits.
Mahomes will be 31 in September. So, I mean, he's not even close to the end, but, he's past 30.
How many guys play till 40, though?
Yeah, he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years already. So this will be his 10th year. That's crazy. We're old.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. But, like, we need him back because the playoffs are not exciting without – like, I want the Chiefs back in the playoffs.
I do too, yeah.
I want the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens. We can have the Patriots in if we want to.
Even if the Chiefs lose, that's fine. But, like, someone's got to go take the crown from them.
Well, realistically, the Chiefs have still not fallen off yet. Like, the Chiefs dynasty is still here because of where it – like, if the Chiefs are in the playoffs and they're not beaten by Josh or Lamar, like, the prophecy is still not fulfilled.
That's true. The story's not complete.
Because Josh just killed his story now. Like, Josh is done with his, like, you can't win the big game, Josh Allen. That's him. That's been proven now. It's not just you can't beat Patrick Mahomes. It's you legitimately cannot win the big game. Lamar, I think, is a guy who just turns it over and makes dumb mistakes. Like, he's just, I make dumb mistakes in the playoffs, Lamar. He can't beat Mahomes or Allen or really anybody. He just makes dumb mistakes.
I think Lamar's more likely to do it, though, I think Lamar's more likely to win a Super Bowl than Josh.
If Josh fixes the turnover issue, I would lean towards Josh, because Lamar early in his career, I feel like he was a guy who could legitimately take over a game and win it for you. I'm not saying he can't now, but if you took away Derrick Henry from that team, how effective would Lamar Jackson really be?
Well, last year was definitely one of his down years, but the 2 years before that, he was ridiculous, which is why when they got to the AFC Championship game, they lost to the Chiefs, and he was horrible. That's why it was such a big, shock. Okay, maybe we just can't do this.
Yeah, they were 4.5-point favorite in that game a couple years ago against the Chiefs. But, like, who can single-handedly go out and win a game for you right now at this point in your career? I would have said Lamar could do that, a couple years ago. I don't know if Lamar can still go out and win a game for you single-handedly. Josh Allen can single-handedly win a football game.
He can, but I still think Lamar can too. I think it's a health thing. I don't think he was healthy last year. And whenever Lamar gets healthy, I think his head just goes.
Yeah, he gets checked out. But also, too, like, he doesn't show up to meetings and all that narrative going on. So that's not a good thing to come out about your starting quarterback. You never hear that about Josh Allen.
So we're looking at the board right now. Let's take the top dogs out of it. Give me like 2 legitimate, you're interested in these guys who are dark horses.
for MVP.
Yeah, we'll say like below 15-1.
Caleb 18-1. Purdy 20-1. Bo Nix 35-1. Probably my three.
Okay, I would probably go Caleb as well. And then I do think my guy Jayden could be really good, but from a pure value perspective, I think Jaxson Dart at 55-1 is pretty crazy. You bet $1, you win 55. Again, and I'm envisioning them drafting Carnell Tate or Mekhi Lemon, whoever it is. But if that happens, they could do, although their offensive coaching staff is nasty. It's Matt Nagy, Greg Roman, and Brian Callahan. Like, are they trying to sabotage themselves?
But also, he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, they're gonna have to beat that into him.
He can't stay healthy. He's also like Jaxson Dart is. I know Giants fans really like him. He's like the prototypical guy that's not in the league in 3-4 years because of his injuries, because of just he doesn't conduct himself like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I think it's I don't look at him as like he's a lost cause though. I think he's like just a young person who needs to be pointed in the right direction.
He's a goofball in New York City. That scares me.
Yeah, the injuries, the concussions. I mean, what do you get checked for? Like 6 concussions in 11 games or something like that?
Yeah, well, that's one thing too. But again, he's a goofball in New York City. That I don't like that.
Hey, he's a 22-year-old kid. Everybody's a goofball.
But you're the starting quarterback of the New York Giants. Like, how, you don't.
It's got to change. It's got to change.
Got to change. Like his behavior, and it's not saying he does anything wrong. He's just being a kid. But you are the starting quarterback of the New York Giants, and I don't know. I just the way he has gone about his business is somewhat concerning. It's just being a 22-year-old kid. But again, you're the starting quarterback of the New York Giants and you're getting concussed 6 times a year. You're not going to have a long career, especially, Harbaugh coming in definitely helps him. But if you don't win games, you're in New York. It's a hard place for a young quarterback to be.
Yeah. For as divisive as Caleb is, he's not a goofball.
Caleb's not a goofball one bit. No, he paints his nail. Like
Caleb does nails. He starts crying. He throws his hands up in the air and yells at his teammates, but he's not a goofball.
No, like you don't see many clips of Caleb Williams off the field. I don't want to see my starting quarterback off the field. I don't want to see what they're doing in their personal life.
Unless they're training, but that's it. Yeah.
But I don't want to see them partying. And I think Cam Scatterbo and Jaxson Dart together is like the worst combination in the world. Because Scatterbo
coming from Arizona State, they love to party out there.
I think that's a terrible combination. They're best buddies. Like them rubbing their heads together. Like and I know it's like some people might say, oh, that's harmless and funny. I don't say that. Like I think it's funny. It's obviously a funny clip, but you understand where I'm coming from with this.
Yeah, I do. My all-time favorite clip of Scatterbo where he's holding his helmet back at Sacramento State and headbutting the wall.
Like that's terrible. Yeah, that he did Arizona State too. Scatterbo's behavior with this injury is appalling to me.
Well, okay, so I will stick up for him and say that you do have to cut him some slack because I'm sure he's rehabbing really hard.
Oh, I'm sure he is too.
I'm sure it's mentally and physically difficult. So I can understand wanting to get away and distract yourself a little bit.
You see him in the news more or on TV more when he's injured than when he's healthy.
That is true. But that could also be because he's becoming a celebrity.
He's not going to be around much. Like the way he plays, he's going to really he doesn't. I don't think the Jaxson Dart, Cam Scatterbo era is going to last long in New York.
I think Dart sticks around longer than Scatterbo.
Oh, for sure. Just quarterback versus running back. But I think the two of them together is not a good combination because they're best buddies. Like that may be good. That also may not be good. I don't know. But when Cam's getting more FaceTime for being on Twitch and, going to UFC events and partying, like I don't know. I just don't. That's not what I want out of my quarterback. And I feel like the quarterback's going to get drawn to that a little more, being best friends with him.
Well, if you guys have any thoughts on your dark horse MVP candidates, make sure you throw them down in the comment section below. Again, hit the like and the subscribe buttons if you're enjoying. Before we get out of here, Tanner, final topic of the day. We were just talking about dark horse MVP candidates. When you look back at the Super Bowl that just happened, you had the Seahawks, who opened the year at plus 6,000 to win the Super Bowl, the Patriots at plus 8,000. It was the most unlikely Super Bowl matchup ever. It was the second least likely Super Bowl winner ever. So as we look at these Super Bowl odds for next year, if I were to say, hey, there's going to be a Patriots, there's going to be a Seahawks, there's one of these teams that's way down there on the board that nobody is talking about, who would you say is in that sort of position that has a realistic chance to compete next year?
I mean, long shots.
Like, let's say, well, you can start this off because you did a video about this, but there are two teams at plus 3,000, and it's the Bengals and the Cowboys.
Yeah, Bengals Cowboys, I think, are well in the mix to potentially win the Super Bowl. I don't know how much deeper down the board you can really go. Like
the Buccaneers, again, the Seahawks were plus 6,000,
which is crazy to think about because the Buccaneers are plus 5,000. I can't see them winning a Super Bowl, but that's factoring them going to the playoffs, winning the division. The Giants 75-1, like. If the Giants become that team, never know. Year 2 for Jaxson Dart, like Harbaugh. I know we were just talking about the Giants, but maybe that's a team. The Steelers, potentially.
Ooh, with Mike McCarthy and 43-year-old Rodgers.
Well, they went to the playoffs last year. That's all I'm saying. Like, you have Mike McCarthy is inheriting a playoff team. So, like, if you're there in the playoffs and they're 100-1 right now, why not?
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and man, again, if we use plus 3,000 as the barrier, first of all, the Bengals at plus 3,000 honestly isn't terrible because if they can get anything from their defense, they have a Super Bowl level offense. They have one basically every year. And honestly, the same thing could be said about the Cowboys. Now, they don't win the big games. They never win the big games, but they had one of, if not the best offense in the NFL last year. It was just their defense sucked so bad. So those teams are not terrible picks.
The Colts 40-1.
Colts 40-1. Daniel Jones coming off the Achilles, but you do have Sauce Gardner, so the defense gets better. The Giants, I'm looking at their schedule right now, or I'm looking at their opponents, I should say. So next year, obviously, they play the NFC East home and away. Their home games, they've got the Browns and the Saints and the Cardinals, so that's easy, and the Titans, but they've also got the Niners and the Jags. The road schedule is tough. They got the Lions, Texans, Colts, Rams, and the Seahawks. When you factor in the division, like, they might not win a road game this entire season. So that's going to be difficult for them. But again, if Harbaugh comes in and organizes things and Dart continues to develop and stays healthy, the Giants at 75-1, they're probably my real pick here. Them and the Panthers, the Panthers at 150-1, considering they made the playoffs last year. I just feel like from a pure value perspective, you got to maybe look at them as well. But I would say the Giants would probably be my team.
Yeah, Giants definitely at 75-1. Like, looking up the board a little more, I think like teams needing to bounce back. Philadelphia needs to bounce back. I know it's only 15-1. Like, Lions need to bounce back 16-1. Like, there's some good value in that range of the board because those teams are capable of winning a Super Bowl, and you're still getting them for longer than, like the fact that the Seahawks right now 7 plus 750. How many teams go back to back? It's very rare.
Yeah, and with all due respect to Seattle, I don't look at them as a dynasty.
No, not with Sam Darnold as quarterback. Sam Darnold's still not that guy.
The Jags at 20-1 could be something. They played really well down the stretch last year.
Yeah, potentially. You got a good coach in Liam Cohen. Like, it's good. The league is getting a little more even now.
Yeah.
Partially because Lamar and Josh can't win big games and Mahomes got hurt.
Not to be a homer here, but like the Commanders were in the NFC Championship game a year ago, and they're 45-1. They're 20th on the board. So there is more parity now.
Yeah, and especially getting an easier schedule this year. They should, right?
The Commies, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll help them too. As long as Jayden stays healthy. It all comes down to quarterback staying healthy. Like, I think Chargers could be a pick to win it in their own stadium this year. I hate Justin Herbert, but like, if the offensive line looks good, Herbert can still make enough plays to win. It's funny that the Texans are 20-1 with the best defense in the NFL.
And the best quarterback in the world, according to Will Anderson.
Yeah, that was crazy. They should cut his ass.
Stroud or Will Anderson?
Cut them both. Will Anderson needs to be cut for saying that, and Stroud needs to be cut for being bad.
They were drafted back-to-back picks. That was the same draft.
Will Anderson should be embarrassed that he was picked alongside CJ Stroud. Stroud's terrible. Like, honestly, one of the worst quarterbacks ever to play the game.
Well, if you guys have any thoughts on dark horses to win the Super Bowl, maybe it's your team, maybe it's not, whatever thoughts you got, make sure you throw them down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for Tanner and I here. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe buttons if you enjoyed. Also, check us out over at WSN.com. We are putting out picks for all the big games. We got thousands of dollars in bonuses for the sports books. So FanDuel, BetMGM, Bet365, whatever you're looking for, we got it over there. But that's going to do it for this recording here, and we will catch you all in the next episode of Ride the Line.